Dolce et Decorum Est by Wilfred Owen. Bent double like old beggars under sacks, knock-kneed, coughing like hags, we cursed through sludge, till on the haunting flares we turned our backs, and towards our distant rest began to trudge. Men marched asleep, many had lost their boots, but limped on, bloodshot. All went lame, all blind, drunk with fatigue, deaf even to the hoots of gas shells dropping softly behind. Gas, gas, quick, boys! An ecstasy of fumbling, fitting the clumsy helmets just in time, but someone still was yelling out and stumbling and floundering like a man in fire or lime. Dim through the misty panes and the thick green light, as under a green sea I saw him drowning. In all my dreams before my helpless sight, he plunges at me, guttering, choking, drowning. If in some smothering dreams you too could pace behind the wheel that we flung him in, and watch the white eyes writhing in his face, his hanging face, like a devil sick of sin, if you could hear at every jolt the blood come gargling from the fourth corrupted lungs, obscene as cancer, bitter as the cud of vile incurable sores on innocent tongues, my friend, you would not tell with such high zest to children ardent for some desperate glory the old lie, Dolce et Decorum Est, pro patria mori.
Dolce et Decorum Est by Wilfred Owen. This is a general analysis of the poem. In the first line, like old beggars under sacks, the simile suggests that the speaker is among and observing a crew of soldiers that is weak and sickly as a result of the horrors that war produces. In the first stanza, at the end, the words blind, drunk, and deaf suggest the trauma of the war has intoxicated the soldiers. In the second stanza's first line, ecstasy refers to a sense of a trance-like frenzy that the men experience as they hurriedly put on their helmets. At the end of stanza 2, the metaphorical aspect of misty pains and drowning reveal how the poet truly feels about a negative experience through the use of heavy description. In the third stanza, the use of the words guttering, choking, and drowning refers to how the poet uses writing and meaning cyclically. The repeated use of the ing ending suggests the constant feeling of pain and helplessness that is experienced as a result of war. In the final stanza of the poem, the poet, for the first time in the poem, references the reader, specifically those who reside in their homes during the war. He's suggesting that if they could experience what he had witnessed, they would not be so quick to praise those who died in action. He does this by using the words you and my friend. At the very end of the poem, the phrase Dolce et Decorum Est pro patria mori, which translates from Latin, means it is sweet and proper to die for one's country. The poet is claiming that it is anything but sweet and proper to die for one's country in the hideous war. CRD analysis. What does the poem say? The speaker is a soldier who has experienced the trauma of war. He speaks to those who are not facing the horrors of the battlefront, those who are located at their homes. How does the poem say? The use of violent imagery allows the reader to be exposed to the pain and agony that the soldiers face. The figurative language used to convey this message include similes, metaphors, and parallel repetition. In this poem, it is almost as if the speaker attempts to transfer his raw fear into his readers with a tense mood throughout the poem. A rhyme scheme is used as seen by the last words of each line. For example, sacks, backs, sludge, trudge, boots, hoots, etc. What does the poem say to me? This poem adds to my knowledge and awareness by contrasting the realities of true war with the idea of the glory that is associated with it by those who do not participate in it.